Happy holidays and welcome to Birdland. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We want to thank you for supporting live music. Birdland is proud to present Vanessa Racci and Robert Lamont, the music of Harry Warren, from Tin Pan Alley to Hollywood.
The weatherman says, if the weatherman says it's raining, you never hear me complaining. I'm certain the sun will shine. Oh, I don't care if the weather vane points, if the weather vane points to gloomy. It's gotta be sunny to me when your eyes look into mine. Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Oh gosh, oh, get up. How'd they get so lit up? Gosh, oh, get up. How'd they get that size? Golly gee, when you turn those heaters on, woe is me. Got to get my cheaters on. Oh, jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Oh, those weepers, how they hypnotize. Where'd you get those eyes?
Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Oh gosh, I'll get up. How they get so lit up? Gosh, I'll get up. How they get that size? Oh golly gee, when you turn those heaters on, woe is me. Got to put my cheaters on. Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Oh, those weepers, how they hypnotize. Where'd you get those eyes? Ba-do-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Was written by Harry Warren? One. Okay. That's exactly why we're doing this show. Because Harry suffers from the Harry Who complex. Yeah, unfortunately. Even though he wrote just as many songs, he wasn't as famous as Gershwin or Irving Berlin. And he was one of the most important Italian-American composers of the 20th century. And many don't even know that he was Italian-American. He was born Salvatore Antonio Guaragna in Brooklyn, New York. Say that 5 times fast. Brooklyn, that's right, we got some Brooklyn people here tonight. And as a proud Italiana, I grew up listening to Harry's music. My grandfather used to play it all the time from his record player. And it actually partially inspired my career to specialize in Italian Americans who left their mark on jazz and music in America. Thank you.
And I heard Harry's music on Saturday morning cartoons. And I've been playing and singing them most of my adult life. Tonight, we're singing Harry Warren's most beautiful and best-loved songs, many of which I bet you know, and a few that I hope you will be glad to discover. We're going to start with Harry's music on Tin Pan Alley, with some of his sheets there up on the screen, and we're going to move through the decades of his fabulous film career at Warner Brothers in the 1930s, 20th Century Fox in the 40s, MGM in the mid-40s to the 50s. Oh, you're cribbing notes there and the timeline. Good for you. And rounding out the decade at the Paramount neatly frames the history of the Hollywood musical. Now, Louis Armstrong and Maxine Sullivan may have clowned around in 1938's Going Places, helping Jeepers Creepers become #1 and get nominated for an Academy Award. But this was already 15 years after Warren's first big hit in 1922, Rose of the Rio Grande. Like many composers of the golden age of the Hollywood musical, Harry Warren started off as a song plugger and a composer on Tin Pan Alley. On the slide up there, you'll see two views of the music publishing houses on West 28th Street, the real Tin Pan Alley. It flourished there from 1890 to about 1910. And tonight's co-sponsor is the Tin Pan Alley American Popular Music Project, which Vanessa and I are part of, and whose mission, thank you. Our mission is to tell stories like Harry Warren's, songwriters and publishers who formed the sound of American popular music. And we're celebrating a 5th anniversary. 5 years ago this month, after years of the project's lobbying, the New York City Landmarks Preservation Commission designated official landmark status to the buildings on West 28th Street, so they'll never be torn down. So, tonight, you and I and Vanessa, we're celebrating preserving the birthplace of American popular music.
So special. So moving on, Harry always had the craving to write songs. He was largely influenced from an array of music, from music hall hits sung by Brooklyn waiters to Beethoven and Rossini. But he admitted he never played piano that well, but he always said, "I play better than Berlin," referring to his nemesis, Irving Berlin, who actually had more fame, but they were neck and neck in so many song hits.
He got a job as a staff composer at Stark & Cowan Music Publishers on 46th Street, but his first hit, Rose of the Rio Grande, never made him a cent.
The publisher I was working for, he kind of thought I had some talent, and he encouraged me. But I still got $20 a week. No raise. And no royalties on it, so they gave me a promissory note, and then they sold the company, and I never collected the money from the bank. The bank moved and went out of business.
I'm Skeets Harrigan and Calhoun. You've probably heard of us.
No? What's your business?
Music publishers. What's this tune you're playing?
Oh, nothing much.
Who wrote it?
I did.
You did?
Yes, I wrote it for a volunteer fireman back home who was going steady with a waitress in the Harvey house, but he couldn't use it.
Has it been published?
No. Are you a song publisher too?
Mr. Calhoun's my partner. Have you got a piano copy of that tune?
Oh, yes. All written down. With words.
Here, I'll handle this, Mr. Harrigan. Listen, son, how would you like to make a lot of money?
That'd be very nice.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll publish this little ditty of yours. After 50,000 copies are on the streets, we'll give you a 1-cent royalty for every copy that's sold.
That's very generous of you. But I couldn't think of selling my song without $50 advance and 2 cents a copy from the time it leaves the press.
You're doing swell, Mr. Calhoun.
I know I look dumb, but that's an advantage, don't you think?
Let me have it. No advance and 2 cents a copy right through from the start.
All right. If I get the $50 now.
Here's your money. Come on, move over.
What are you doing to the temple?
Shut up. I'm making it a hit.
You're killing it. Move over.
That clip from the 1940 film Tin Pan Alley is fitting, since you heard Warren himself knew all too well the wily ways of music publishers. For this film, he and Matt Gordon crafted a period Tin Pan Alley song that perfectly illustrates Warren's ability to craft a catchy 1940s tune.
You can paint the prettiest speeches I have ever heard. Darling, you excel at singing praises. When I hold you in my arms, I thrill to every word. Where do you get such lovely little phrases? You say the sweetest things, baby. You've got me riding high. You say the nicest things, baby.
You're all that I desire.
You are such a lovable liar. I'm such a fool, for I believe you. Yes, even when you lie. My, you can say the sweetest things, my little baby. But baby, don't you say bye-bye. You say the sweetest things, baby.
You've got me riding high.
You say the nicest things, baby. When you say I adore you, I would do most anything for you.
You say hello, and I'm so happy I could cry.
You make me cry, oh my,
You can say the sweetest things, my little baby.
but baby, don't you say bye-bye.
If you ever do, I die. So baby, don't you say bye-bye. Baby, don't you say bye-bye. Here's a delightful example of Harry Warren's Tin Pan Alley output from 1925. Talk about your famous love affairs. Romeo and Juliet had theirs. I just met someone, and someone found me. We're not very famous, but who cares? I love my baby loves me. Don't know nobody as happy as we. She's only 20 and I'm 21. We never worry, we're just having fun. Sometimes we quarrel and maybe we fight, but then we make up the following night. When we're together, we're great company. I love my baby loves me. Though we've known each other for a year, I'm not gonna lose her, never fear. Ma says I'm foolish, and Pa says so too. 'Cause each evening this is what they hear. I love my baby loves me. We're hotsy-totsy, why shouldn't we be? She gives me kisses, each one is a smack. But you should hear 'em when I give 'em back. bought a cookbook. I'm learning to bake. She likes my coffee. It keeps us awake. We wash the dishes from 7 till 3. I love my baby. My baby loves me. We went out riding in her motor car. My mother said, dear, now don't go too far. We just went so far, and take it from me, I love my baby loves me. Boop, 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 boop. Dolly Kramer, the blues singer, who sang Hot, introduced I Love My Baby on the vaudeville stage, standing 4'1" as America's tiniest bombshell of song.
Not much shorter than me, Bob.
Right? Well, sidebar, for Wizard of Oz fans out there, Dolly later played the flower-potted Munchkin villager in the 1939 movie. But back to you, Vanessa.
So early in his career, Harry's Italian heritage influenced his music. His first stage hit, Ziegfeld Follies in 1923, he adapted Paganini's 1829 Il Carnevale di Venezia, which was inspired by a Napolitan folk song. I'm also Napolitan by blood. Oh yeah, a lot of Italians in here tonight. Thank you. And Harry would also have movie songs sung in Italian with translated lyrics such as Il Gondoliere from Broadway Gondolier and Rosa d'Amore from Cain and Mabel. And he also wrote That's Amore and Mi Dispiace, I'm sorry, but this is one of my top 5 most hated songs, especially as an Italian American, so we won't be performing that for you this evening. But Warren did continue to write Paramount musicals for Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin, with 1955's Artists and Models. And Dean's Italian roots offered Warren the opportunity to evoke his Italian heritage with a few signature songs, such as this next one that I adore. It's in Neapolitan dialect, and it holds a special place in my heart because my grandfather Racciopo used to sing it to my grandma Maria Racciopo on my father's side. And they were so in love until the end, and it's a kind of love that we all aspire to. If our lips should meet, enamorada, kiss me sweet, enamorada, hold me close and say you're mine, with a love that's warm as wine. I'm at heaven's door, enamorada, want you more and more, enamorada. You're a symphony, a very beautiful sonata, my enamorada. Say that you're my sweetheart, my love. Quando me la saca m'annamora, tutto si per me, io prima amore. E da vida sì, e
was a moderate Broadway hit for Rodgers and Hart in 1929. But for the talking film version, Warner Brothers brought Harry Warren to Hollywood to write 7 new numbers for his first film. Warren's new songs were hits, while the Rodgers and Hart score was largely excised. One of Harry Warren's slightly risque songs was cut, and it too became popular despite no film promotion. Vanessa,
Yes.
I gotta tell you, I'd be the last one that would bring a pain to hurt your heart.
Well, I sure hope so.
I wouldn't do a single thing when we are far apart. It's only fair to warn you before you even start. If you should leave me, I know 'twould grieve me, but honey, please remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder for somebody else. I love you dearly, love you sincerely, but honey, please remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder for somebody else. Now, when the cat's away, the mice will play. I don't say I will, but still I may be blue away from you, but then again I might be gay. When I get fretful, I get forgetful. So Donnie, please remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder for somebody else.
You know that love can act so strange, maybe it be so strong, and love can always bring a change when there is something wrong. I've only this to tell you, don't be away too long. If you should leave me, I know 'twould grieve me, so honey, please remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder for somebody else. I love you dearly, I'm yours sincerely, so honey, please remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder for somebody else. When the cat's away, the mice will play. I don't say I will, but still I may be blue away from you, and then again I might be gay. When I get fretful, I get forgetful, so honey, please remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder for somebody else. Absence makes the heart grow fonder for somebody else.
But I still love her.
So this next song was actually composed for Stars Over Broadway in 1935. The star of the film, James Melton, was crazy about the song. And in 1937, he was cast in Melody for Two, another Warren Dubin score. And Melton actually helped Warren convince Jack Warner to put the song in the film, even though he originally rejected it. And I don't know why, because it wound up spending 14 weeks on your hit parade's top 10. And it holds a special place in my heart. I actually chose to record it on my album, Jazzy Italian, that celebrates Italian Americans who made their mark on jazz. And it's so beautiful, it reminds me of falling in love in the fall. On cue, maybe.
The next year, Al Dubin decided to buy out the remainder of his Warner's contract and head to New York to write Streets of Paris for Broadway with Jimmy McHugh. This included a song called South American Way for a sensational Brazilian singer named Carmen Miranda. In 1939 now, without Dubin, Warren's contract was up now and he wanted out, hoping to move back to Broadway and write for the Great White Way himself. But over at 20th Century Fox, top lyricist Matt Gordon asked Daryl Zanuck to get Harry Warren to be his new collaborator, and a deal was made with Warren for a single picture, while Broadway was put on hold. And that turned into 5 years at Fox, and more hit songs than Warren had had with Al Dubin at Warner Brothers. Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Harry Warren could be seen as jointly responsible for changing the musical course of popular song in America with the wartime promotion of the Good Neighbor policy. This was FDR's resolve to build closer ties with our neighboring Latin American nation south of the border. Warren's new assignment at Fox was to create a score that sounded like it came from our neighbors down Argentina way.
You'll find your life will begin the very moment you're in Argentina. If you're romantic, senor, then you will surely adore Argentina. You'll be as gay as can be if you will learn to see like a Latin. From Mr. Soon as you learn, then you will never return to Manhattan.
Deleitar a su vivir al
dulcemente. Un amorcito tendrás que con cariño dirá lo que siente. Cuando ella no te amo, yo digo usted que no, porque de cualquier modo un beso le dará, y usted lo aceptará.
With Hollywood capitalizing on the good neighbor policy, the Fox studio put Harry Warren to work with Betty Grable, the Nicholas brothers, and the irrepressible Charlotte Greenwood.
I say to you, señorita, she'll be sweet to you, señor. Every canto,
But now, in Hollywood, the undisputed ambassador of good neighbors would be Carmen Miranda.
Mamá, 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 yo quiero. Mamá, yo quiero. Mamá, yo quiero, mamá.
Miranda made a sensational film debut, just as she had on Broadway, and she starred in many Harry Warren hit films.
My friends, I extend felicitations to our South American relations. May we never leave behind us all the common ties that bind us. It don't make sense to tick-a-tick-a-boom, tick-a-tick-a-boom, tick-a-boom, but it's immense, tick-a-tick-a-boom,
Ach-ach-ach-kaboom.
and all you've got to say to change the things away. Tick-a-tick-a-boom,
Chick-a-chick-a-boom.
tick-a-tick-a-boom.
Carmen Miranda, folks. Among his profusion of Latin rhythm numbers for Carmen Miranda, Harry Warren could not resist creating another of his many songs about his beloved New York City. You're in the spell of the tropics. Palm trees are plainly in view. Things that they tell of the tropics seem for a while to be true.
You're in a kind of a place that seems like a little cabaret in Rio. Then you hear the boogie-woogie trio, and you discover you're in Birdland. A señorita with the flashing eyes looks to you as if she might be chummy, but she only wants a plate in rummy. And you discover you're in New York. You hear the tropical drum, you drink a tropical rum. You're in a tropical spot, and yet you really are not. In case you're missing the point, you're in a tropical joint on gay Broadway. For just a minute or two you feel like you're down around the old equator. Then you're interrupted by the waiter, a South American named O'Rourke, and discover you're in New York.
For you share a kind of an atmosphere that would set a Latin heart aflutter.
Then you try to get a piece of butter, and you discover you're in New York.
You have a feeling you're in Brazil, and you hope the ladies understand you.
Then you start to pay the check they hand you, and you discover you're in New York.
You hear Hawaiian guitars,
Smoke Havana cigars, you build a castle in Spain.
and then you order chow mein.
And from a sweet or a Swiss, you get a tropical kiss on gay Broadway. You see a wonderful rumba dance with the rhythm of the old West Indies.
But you're right across the street from Lindy's.
Or at a club that they call the Stork, and
You discover you're in New York. Beginning with 1940s Down Argentine Way, Warren's music set the template for a new kind of musical during the Good Neighbor era. And with all the Hollywood studios jumping in to create Latin musicals, many would also feature authentic Latin music from musicians like Xavier Cugat and Desi Arnaz. And, as with Carmen Miranda, these Good Neighbor movie musicals opened career opportunities for other Latinx performers like Cesar Romero, Ricardo Montalban, and Rita Moreno. By the end of the 1940s, Harry Warren had also worked with some of the greatest lyrists of the day. In addition to Dubin and Gordon, he had teamed with Ira Gershwin, Leo Robin, Gus Kahn, Johnny Mercer, just to name a few.
Then in 1951, for a film called Texas Carnival, Warren was teamed with the legendary female songwriter Dorothy Fields, who worked with his friend Jerry Kern on the Academy Award for Just the Way You Look Tonight. With Dorothy's gift for storytelling, they teamed up to write one of our favorite family love songs.
My mom was 17, the day that she and Pa got wed. When I was 10, gosh, even then they were so nice. Now and again I sit beside them on their big old bed. And Ma and Pa are always full of good advice. For instance, Pa says young folks should get married. Ma says Pa for once made sense. Ma says sooner folks get started, sooner more young folks commence to grow. So years now, that's the dream I've carried. Me with someone warm and sweet. I say young folks should get married, but they won't get married until they meet. So lately I've been sort of looking hard at every face. Not every gal's cut out to be a rancher's wife. There must be lots of girls who'd find a ranch a lovely place.
I think a rancher's wife could be a lovely life. Pa says young folks should get married. Ma says Pa for once makes sense. Ma says sooner folks get started, sooner more young folks commence to grow. And years now, that's the dream I've carried.
Now that we have finally met,
I propose we should get married.
when we two are married, our dream is What a melody, right? Ray Heindorf, Warner Brothers' long-term musical director, summed up Warren's melodic gift. The real test for a melody is to play it with one finger on the piano. You can do that with his music, and it still sounds great. But where did this genius come from? What kept inspiring Harry Warren to write the next extraordinary song?
You know, half the time it's hard to explain why you write a song. They come to me subconsciously half the time, I guess. I think that if you're in the business of trying to write songs, or I wouldn't call it a business or craft, that you think about it incessantly. I know I did when I worked a lot on pictures. I often wondered what would happen on the next picture if I could get anything. But it always came. I tried to write all kinds of music. because I loved it, and there was no challenge to me. I wasn't challenged, but I mean, I let me work. I never thought of it as work till I got my check, and I realized I was working. I love to write. I always try to get something that's not different. Different. Anyhow, especially in the releases, if I could.
Never be another you?
Slightly. There will be other songs that I might sing, but they don't thrill me like your songs still do. Yes, we may sing a million songs, but great ones are so few. And there will never ever be another you. At heart, Warren was a hopeless romantic. So it's not surprising that the love song was his specialty. His melodies can move chromatically through a myriad of keys and emotions. Then make a passionate intervallic leap, exploring emotional darkness in minor keys, then a beautifully voiced major chord, and then going through a tortured uncertainty, only to break into a tasty, satisfying resolution. Here's a bunch of Harry Warren love songs. I could sing you 100. In fact, I'll sing you 1,000 love songs, and still there seems so few. So I'll bring 1,000 love songs, and I'll sing every one, dear, for you.
Why is love so crazy? All the world's in mine.
You become a poet, and sonnets you compose.
And then, before you know it, you're right back to prose.
There's a lot of learning they don't teach in school. To fall in love is foolish, and I'm a happy fool.
It was a lucky April shower. It was the most convenient door. I found $1 million baby in a 5 and 10 cent store. The rain continued for an hour. I hung around for 3 or 4. Around $1 million baby. Maybe millions of people go by, but they all disappeared from view, and I only have eyes for you.
You'll never know just how much I miss you. I speak your name in my every breath. tells me this is just a fling. Yet you say our love means everything. Do you mean just what you're saying? Or is this a little game we're playing? Because you're such an angel, things can seem wrong, it's true. Now that we are back together again, I notice what I'll do. I'll string along with you.
I was never spellbound by your starry sky. What is there to moonglow when love has passed you by? Then there came a midnight and the world was new. Now here I am so spellbound, darling, not by stars, just by you. Have asked my lovers come along. Oh, and my lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Ah, yes, at last the skies above are blue. Oh, my heart was wrapped up in clover the night I looked at you. I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I could call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill I'd never known. You smiled, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven, for you're mine at last. For you I'm
Our love affair is a wondrous thing that we'll rejoice in remembering. Our love was born with our first embrace, and a page was torn out of time and space. Our love affair, may it always be a flame that burns through eternity. So take my hand with a fervent prayer that we may live and we may With all of America singing and dancing to Harry Warren's music, it was inevitable that his most famous songs would become a part of pop culture itself. Perhaps the greatest measure of this can be demonstrated in the following very serious and analytical film montage.
What's up, Doc? I'm rich! I'm wealthy! Yahoo! I'm comfortably well off! Woohoo!
Over the sea, let's go then. We're shoving right off again. We're leaving tonight. It's anchors away. Sally and Sue, don't be blue. We're shoving right off for home. Shoving right off for home.
If they like that mess, they're starving for some real hoffing. I'll kill 'em. Music, maestro, please. E flat from the top.
Now then, I want you to read as much of this chart as you can.
HEWRKLMOCWODRKGSOLPYKLONDCRPLD Acme Eye Test Chart, printed by the United States Printing Office, Washington, D.C., Reg U.S. Pat Off.
You must have been a beautiful baby.
Right here. When you were only starting to go to kindergarten, I bet you both with the voice wild stuff. And when it comes to winning pool weapons, you must have shown the other kids how to stop. I could see the judge's eyes as he handed you the prize. I bet you made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby. But baby, look at you now, I'm outstandish. There'll be $1.75. Oh, wait.
Come on, Marty. Let's bend and send it rolling
So long, folks.
Yes, Warren, right? His music now embedded in pop culture, Harry Warren would admit, what I did like was the fact that you couldn't turn on the radio in those days without hearing a song of mine. So maybe I should be grateful to Warners for having made me work so hard. He didn't slack off at Fox either. And in 1943, he won his second Academy Award for You'll Never Know. And moving to MGM in 1944, Warren soon won his third Academy Award with Johnny Mercer for On the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. And that was for the second time that he beat out Irving Berlin, winning that nomination as Best Song. The rivalry continued, mostly for Warren. And of course, Warren's first Academy Award was for the Lullaby of Broadway, which beat Berlin's nomination for Cheek to Cheek. The song was in Gold Diggers of 1935, and Harry was only the second composer to win in that relatively new category. Warren's unconventional 44-bar tune in two different keys wasn't originally composed for a specific film assignment. Al Dubin secretly set the lyrics to the melody as a personal surprise for Warren. I've written a song for you, Harry. I know you still miss New York, and this song is just for you. 45 years later, with Lullaby of Broadway as a centerpiece, the Broadway musical version of 42nd Street put Harry Warren in New York City in a blaze of glory, playing almost 3,500 performances over the entire decade of the 1980s. Here he is, in a 1933 Vitaphone short as America's foremost composer, and he does play better than Irving Berlin. Performing the title song of 42nd Street, that film musicals that definitely took Harry Warren from Tin Pan Alley to Hollywood. Little nifties from the 50s, innocent and sweet. Sexy ladies from the 80s who were indiscreet. They're side by side, they're glorified. Where the underworld can meet the elite. Naughty, naughty, 42nd Street.
Wannabe boy is at the Chattanooga Choo-Choo. I got my fare and just a trifle to spare. You leave the pencil, then you station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore.
Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina.
When you hear the whistle blowing 8 to the bar, then you know that Tennessee is not very far.
Shovel all the clothing, gotta keep it rolling. Whoa, whoa, Chattanooga, there you are. Back in Ohio, where I come from, I've done a lot of dreaming and I've traveled some, but I never thought I'd see the day when I ever took a ride on the Santa Fe.
All aboard!
Travel with this statue with you and take the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
I can't believe that anything could go so fast.
Then you pull that throttle, whistle blows, a huffing and a puffing and away she goes. All aboard for California. Hey,
On the Atchison,
on the Atchison,
on the Atchison, Topeka,
on the Atchison, Topeka,
on the Atchison, Topeka,
on the Atchison,
on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa
A,
Fe.
B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I wish I knew someone like you could love me. I wish I knew you'd place no one above me. Did I mistake this for a real romance? I wish I knew, but only you can answer.
I had the craziest dream last night. Yes, I did. I'd never dreamt it could be. Yet there you were, in love with me. I found your lips close to mine, so I kissed you. You didn't mind it at all. When I'm awake, such a break never happens. How long can a gal go on dreaming?
My dream is yours. It isn't much to give, but while I live, my dream is yours. So, darling, may I say I love you till the theme of every dream begins to shine. Oh, baby, what I wouldn't do with plenty of money and you. In spite of the worries that money brings, just a little filthy lucre buys a lot of things.
We're in the money,
everyone goes crazy. You rock-a-bye your baby round until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night. Nothing's on its way. Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby. Oh,
How fun. We're shooting now right next to Broadway. How fun at Birdland. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Vanessa Racci. This is Bob Lamont. And we'd like to leave you with a seasonal classic from the 1941 Glenn Miller film, Sun Valley Serenade, to get you all in the holiday spirits. Shall we do it, Bob?
let's do it. Howdy, Ratch, let's go for a ride. I'm your favorite boy to sit by your side. Cuddle up in a sleigh, giddy up, Nellie Gray, and away we'll go. While you listen to the sleigh bells ring, you yodeling to your baby.
You'll feel nice and warm no matter how cold it may be. Take a look at little Jack and Jill. They ski down a hill. There's a snowplow turn and whoop. There's a spill on a hill. When you're down, it's a thrill to go up again.
Everybody ought to learn to ski, 'cause that's how we first met. We were that Jack and Jill that came down a hill. When I looked at you, my heart took a spill.
Took a spill on a hill.
It's a thrill that I won't forget.
It happened in Sun Valley, not
So very long ago,
there were sunbeams in the snow, and a twinkle in your eye. I remember
oh so clearly, that you nearly passed me by. Then it happened in Sun Valley, when you slipped and fell, and so did I. Every year we go back and then we recall that fall in that moment when we were there on a hill, and we both took a spill, and we're Jack and Jill again.
Vanessa Racci, Robert Lamont, playing the music of Harry Ward from T.N. Allen to Hollywood. The great Harry Ward.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you for Birdland for having us. Visit Tin Pan Alley to learn more about how you can continue the conversation. And thank you again.
Robert Lamont.